Well, up next, we get you a special segment on 12 years of the Modi government. Take a look.
आपने वो दृश्य देखे होंगे, सबके आंखों में आंसू।
इतना विकास कर दिया है कि यहाँ आ जाओ तो जाने का मन ही नहीं करता।
विश्वनाथ धाम का ये पूरा नया परिसर एक भव्य भवन भर नहीं है, ये प्रतीक है हमारे भारत की सनातन संस्कृति।
पिछले साल 2025 में लगभग 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए का वहाँ बिजनेस हुआ और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को अंदाजन करीब 25,000 करोड़ रुपए का टैक्स आया इससे।
पहले हम 1,000 रुपये कमाते थे, अपना पर कमाते रोज के 4 से 5,000 रुपये।
मंदिरों का भव्य निर्माण, जैसे सोमनाथ, उसको लेके अभी उत्सव भी हुआ, या अयोध्या में श्री राम जी का मंदिर, इनको केवल आप हिंदू नजरिए से मत देखिए, मैं तो इनको भारत के गौरव के नजरिए से देखता हूं।
भारत का तो विजन है विकास भी, विरासत भी।
नया एक जो हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का एक उनका आह्वान है, विकास भी विरासत भी।
यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री भारत के जो उन्होंने स्वप्न देखा, महादेव की योजना से देखा, और जो महादेव की योजना है वह स्थल कैसे हो सकती है?
Hello, my name is Sharad Awasthi. Shri Ram of Ayodhya, Vishwanath of Kashi, Mahakal of Ujjain, Kedarnath of the Himalayas, and Somnath on the seashore. Their geography is different, their languages are different, and their traditions are different. But the spirit that unites them is one. Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. In their new, distinctive and modern form, these pilgrimage centers have become not only places of faith, but also pillars of cultural unity, economic prosperity, and national self-confidence. How did this transformation take place over the past 12 years? Today, we are going to present a glimpse of it. Ayodhya, whose very identity exists because Lord Sri Ram was born here. What it means to be his birthplace and how far that reverence extends, one should ask Ayodhya itself.
I believe that wherever Hindus and Hindu culture exists in the world, Lord Sri Ram is an ideal there. This is a dream come true for generations.
Now imagine a city known across generations for Lord Ram, but that symbol of pride is removed from its own soil. What remains in such a city?
Whenever I used to visit Ayodhya earlier, it felt like the city was crying.
We used to live in a house, but our Ram Lalla was living in a tent. It feels very good to see him inside his temple now.
उस समय हिंदुओं की क्या मानसिक स्थिति रही होगी?
Can you tell me what the mental state of Hindus might have been at that time when these Islamic invaders and raiders destroyed these places? That trauma, what is called mental stress, is still present even today across generations.
वो पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी किस तरीके से आज तक मौजूद है?
Devotees of Lord Ram endured this mental anguish for 500 years, and Ayodhya too kept weeping, having lost its dignity. But the consecration of Lord Ram Lalla in the Grand Temple restored the dignity of both Ayodhya and the Hindus. That is why this period is also being called the golden era of Sanatan Dharma.
Now the city is smiling.
This is a dream come true for generations.
When the temple was not built, Lord used to live in tent. Now it feels a member of a family has come.
On January 22nd in 2024, Lord Ram Lalla was consecrated in the Grand Temple by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this extraordinary moment was etched on the global stage. Since then, nearly 500 million devotees of Lord Ram have visited Ayodhya, and the experience of all of them has been remarkably similar.
We are deeply emotional. It feels as if the divine spirit of God had entered within us.
Ages ago, when Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya, the city gave the world the festival of Diwali. When invaders destroyed the temple, Ayodhya's Diwali was lost in darkness for centuries. Now that Lord Ram Lalla has been re-established, the entire world comes to the banks of the Saryu to witness Ayodhya's Diwali once again.
A city that is the birthplace of Diwali, the festival of lights, is now celebrating the festival. What could be a greater joy than this?
If Ayodhya is the heart of India's faith, then Kashi is its eternal consciousness. For thousands of years, Kashi, known as the world's oldest living city, has witnessed everything: kings, empires, struggles, and transformations. But for the first time, it happened that the walls standing between Baba Vishwanath's court, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva, and Mother Ganga were removed.
जो मां गंगा उत्तर वाहिनी होकर बाबा के पांव पखारने काशी आती है, वो मां गंगा भी आज बहुत प्रसन्न होगी। अब जब हम भगवान विश्वनाथ के चरणों में प्रणाम करेंगे, ध्यान लगाएंगे, तो मां गंगा को स्पर्श करती हुई हवा हमें स्नेह देगी।
If the Sri Ram temple restored the lost confidence of Hindus, then the architect of this renewed confidence was also Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In December 2021, the Kashi Vishwanath corridor brought the centuries-old heritage of Kashi into prominence. This corridor also reconnected the Ganga with Lord Vishwanath, and since then Kashi has witnessed a massive gathering of millions of Shiva devotees.
मोदी जी जब 2014 में आए थे काशी के साथ,
When Modi ji came to Kashi as a member of parliament in 2014, he said that Ma Ganga called him, and as a son of Ma Bhagirathi, he became a member of parliament. When he took the oath as the prime minister of the country with the blessing of Lord Vishwanath, every person of Kashi felt like they were the prime minister.
तो संपूर्ण काशी ये मान ली कि हम प्रत्येक नागरिक देश के प्रधानमंत्री।
But tourists had to face hardships to visit the Vishwanath Dham before.
ये वातावरण पहले तो नहीं था, गलियां थी, सकरी गलियां थी, आप देखते थे स्वच्छता का अभाव था।
However, the people of Kashi say that belief doesn't depend on development.
आस्थावान व्यक्ति की स्थितियां कई बार ऐसी होती हैं कि वह सुविधाओं के बगैर कहीं नहीं जा सकता। जो लोग पहले सुविधाओं के अभाव के कारण नहीं आ पाते थे, वृद्ध लोग, दिव्यांग लोग, वह भी आ पा रहे हैं।
In Kashi, Lord Shiva is the witness of time. But in Ujjain, Shiva himself is Mahakal, the force that even governs time. Once the knowledge capital of ancient India, Ujjain today stands before the world with a renewed identity. A testimony to this is the modern architectural development inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi on October 11, 2022. The creation of Mahakal Lok here is a revival of that cultural memory which wrote India's golden chapters from Kalidas to Vikramaditya.
हमारी तपस्या और आस्था से जब महाकाल प्रसन्न होते हैं तो उनके आशीर्वाद से ऐसे ही भव्य स्वरूप का निर्माण होता है.
Mahakaleshwar is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas of India, and now the area surrounding this temple has become as grand as the glory of Mahakal itself. The nearly 900-meter long Mahakal Lok has not only expanded the temple complex but has also created a renewed attraction towards Sanatan culture among millions of people.
बहुत सुंदर डेकोरेशन है और
The decoration is very beautiful. The Modi government has given financial sanctions to protect our religious sites.
अच्छे तरह से संभालना चाह रही है.
This protection of Hindu faith has extended from the plains to the mountains. Kedarnath, another sacred Jyotirlinga of Lord Shiva, where everything was devastated in the 2013 disaster. There is a principle in India's spiritual tradition: it does not break, it rises again. Kedarnath is its most living example. Where there was once debris, today there is faith of millions of devotees.
बाबा केदार का सानिध्य न जाने कैसी अनुभूति की तरफ खींच के ले चला जाता है जिसके लिए मेरे पास शब्द है ही नहीं.
There is an image of Modi where he is meditating inside a cave of Kedarnath. It was a significant moment. People started going to the same spot where he meditated.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's focus has been on belief and the economy. This is why every corridor he has built is a symbol of both. We went out on the streets to understand how the ancient India temple economy model is working today in Ayodhya, Kashi, Ujjain, Somnath and Kedarnath. We spoke to everyone from royal families to ordinary residents of these cities who had migrated but have now returned. In just 12 years, not only has the appearance of the four Shiva Jyotirlinga regions and the birthplace of Sri Ram changed, but the fortunes of people living there have also been transformed.
पहले जो lands बहुत सस्ते हुआ करते थे.
Before, land used to be very cheap here. Now the price of land has skyrocketed and more investments are done in this area. Everything is costlier now.
में सबके prices बढ़ गए हैं.
Before the construction of the temple was announced, barely 2 to 2.5 lakh tourists used to visit Ayodhya in a year. But now, almost that many visitors come every day to have darshan of the Sri Ram temple. Today, India's biggest tourist destination is neither Goa nor the Taj Mahal in Agra. In 2025, around 70 lakh people visited the Taj Mahal. In the same year, Goa received 1.1 crore tourists. But according to the Uttar Pradesh government, around 45 to 50 crore people visited Ayodhya for the darshan of the Sri Ram temple in 2025. By this calculation, Ayodhya is not just India's but the world's largest tourist destination.
पहले कहाँ लोग आते थे?
Before there weren't many tourists. I've already welcomed the Prime Ministers of 2 different countries to Ayodhya during my tenure.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के जाने से नहीं. Our Prime Minister has put a lot of effort into restoring the heritage. There are wider lanes, all the facilities are available and more amenities are being introduced. It is getting better day by day.
Before the construction of the temple in Ayodhya, there were only about 200 restaurants, but today there are more than 2,000 in the city. For accommodation, more than 100 new hotels have opened and majorly luxury hotel chains have also arrived in Ayodhya. More than 1,700 new homestays have been built in Ayodhya and they remain fully occupied. In 2018, the price of land near the temple was 400 rupees per square foot. Today, it is rupees 18,000 per square foot. After the construction of the temple, land prices have increased 45 times. Today, anyone who wants to do business on the streets of Ayodhya finds their pockets full.
People no longer need to go outside for employment. For example, if someone applies a sandalwood tilak on the forehead, it is just a symbol. But even from this, people are earning.
Now those who have Lord Sri Ram on their forehead and in their heart and enshrined in the grand temple, upon such residents of Ayodhya, the grace of Lord Ram is bound to shower.
The tourist influx has increased by 60%. Many tourists come here. Our life has changed a lot. I became self-dependent, got my own shop from which I earn, and with the blessings of Lord Hanuman and Lord Ram, my business is doing well.
1 year ago, when the Kumbh Mela was going on, there was so much crowd that we failed to supply sufficient goods.
While the flag of Jai Shri Ram is flying in Ayodhya, Har Har Mahadev is echoing in Kashi. After the construction of the corridor, the confluence of devotion and development in Kashi has become the foundation of a new economic revolution. Since the construction of the corridor, 29 crore people have visited the Kashi Vishwanath temple for darshan. There are 195 countries in the world, and only 3 countries, India, China and the United States, have a population greater than 29 crore. According to the Uttar Pradesh Tourism Department, every tourist visiting Uttar Pradesh spends at least rupees 5,000. Around 70% of pilgrims in Kashi come from South Indian states, whose spending is relatively higher. Based on this, now listen to the figures of Kashi's temple economy.
Here, the per capita income has crossed 1 lakh rupees.
The connection between PM Narendra Modi and Kashi is unparalleled.
A tourist visiting Kashi will also invest in street foods, stays and souvenirs.
After Kashi, another grand form of the temple economy corridor model can be seen in central India, where Mahakal Lok has written a new story of transforming devotion into economic strength. In October 2022, Mahakal Lok, built at a cost of rupees 856 crores, was inaugurated. Before this, the number of devotees visiting here was around 10 to 15,000 per day. But now, around 1.5 lakh people visit daily. And on holidays, the number rises to 2.5 lakh.
There is approximately a 200% hike in tourists. For example, before we used to get 10 tourists, but now we are getting 100.
The business has flourished everywhere with the blessings of Baba Mahakal.
Millions of people were arriving before Kumbh. Then imagine what the scenario would be during Kumbh.
These figures are still being estimated. However, after witnessing the 2013 tragedy, no one could have even imagined that in Kedarnath, where about 5.5 lakh people used to visit annually before the disaster, only around 40,000 people visited a year after the tragedy. But in 2025, around 16.5 lakh pilgrims visited for darshan. Development work in Somnath has now made it one of the top 10 most searched destinations in India. This economic revolution in pilgrimage centers is also happening because people's interest and devotion towards religion has increased. And now even India's Gen Z is becoming more religious.
In the last 15 years, India has witnessed a rebirth of spirituality. I am calling this a rebirth because during the Bhakti movement, we saw very similar developments as we are seeing today. And people were also getting attracted to spirituality.
When a devotee visits Ayodhya for the darshan of Ram Lalla, chants Har Har Mahadev, in Kashi bows before the court of Mahakal, completes the difficult journey to Kedarnath or stands on the shores of Somnath. Listening to the roar of the sea, they are not merely a pilgrim. They become part of India's eternal journey, where faith gives rise to development. Culture becomes the foundation of prosperity and temples become centers of nation building. This is Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat.